Now, after all that nonsense with the torso, I'm now going to move on with the head unit of the unicorn. And I began a little preparing here. I did the eyes, which I decided just to put the stickers on. I'll be a waste of time for me to actually paint this, wait until it dries and paint the little parts in. So I'm going to leave it the way it is. What I did do was this part, which represents the inner type frame of the head, has a section where you see you have these little stickers here that represents the green sensors. Well, what I did was I painted the sensors. I don't know if you could see it. One there, and this one over here. As you could see that, using painter's marker, which does pretty good. It's alright. So I got all that out of the way, made sure that I had all the parts ready to go. So according to this, I take the green frame, or the green face thingy. Let me put this in here, and then I take this part, slide it in like that, so we have our face mask. Now we take this, part, whoops, and bring it up in there. There we go. And then we take this part, we hook this up over here, like that, so it looks like this. Alright, so the next part would be the actual other green parts, which I gotta save off a little bit over here. I'm gonna get some of the parts. Yeah, that should be fine. Nothing over here? Alright, hold on a second. One thing about the green parts, the clear green, they're they're like, I remember what Prime 92 said, that these are brittle parts, so you gotta be very careful with this. Very careful. So this one will go here, and then this one will go here. There we go. So it kind of looks like this. Now we have this back pocket over here. Hang on a second. Alright. So we have this back part here that slides in here. In which case there's another part this guy, which connects to the bottom. Come on, get in there. So I guess when you close this up, you have the face mask that looks like that, like this. And then, what are you doing there? Take the split horns, as I mentioned it. Put this on this. Flip it about. And then I guess you have to slide it into there. Come on. It can't be this difficult. I think it's held by friction right there. So you want to close this up a bit. And then we'll take this part, And the other way around. Slide that here. Followed by this part, which you got to slide it through, I guess, this way. There we go. That came out good. And then the side arm or cheekies, like that. So this would look like, obviously you would have to replace this with the other one that's closed, so that way it'll look like the unicorn like that. However, based on the instructions, I'm going to now transform it into the split horn, which is basically, I guess you gotta open, I think you gotta remove this, then open this up, bring this around. I find that difficult to do. Let me see the instructions again. You do that, you do that, you do that. You come around here. Surprisingly, I guess you have to remove this. And then put this on like that. Let's do that again. Then put this on like so. Whoops, wrong way. Still wrong way. Like that. I think I did that wrong. That goes like this. Many people are saying, what am I doing? There we go. Then you open up the split horn like that. So it looks like this. Alright, I guess I'm done. I'm going to have to review this a bit more. But there you go. The head came out good. Let's move on to the next part. So now we're going to work on the arms of this kit. And like I did in the last parts of it, I'm not going to make it as... I'm going to let it drag on as I did before, considering there's a lot more parts and a lot of things here that you have to be very careful of. I've already pre-prepared the arms previously, so I'm just removing this part first. And then I will make my way to get this one, which I will put it... Well, this one is carefully, you have to take this part, stick that right over here, and then slide it in like this. Now the hand and the wrist I gotta remove because I have to put another part there, so ow. It's in there nice and snug. There we go. Alright. We'll need this little part here, which I might as well do it separate first. You take this clear part, and you take this part here, put it like that, like so. And then you take this part, slide it in like that. So it looks like this. And then you clamp it into place like that. And at the same time, I'm going to take this part. You'll see this notch in the back sticking out. It has to go in the back area like that. Well, this part here, which represents the wrist armor, not wrist, but more like, you know, forearm armor. So there we go. Then you bring this up like that. So it looks like this. Now, you'll need these two parts. And then we'll take, let's see, this part will go like this, over that. And then this part will go over this. Like so. And then carefully connect it to this section of the arm. Make sure it goes in nice and snug. And considering that we painted over the holes, it'll go nice and snug as well, so it'll never come off. Just a little bit of tape, or excuse me, hair, or some sort of filament inside the armor, which I'll shave off later on. Alright, so we got this trim part that goes over here, like so. Then we have this one that goes over here, like so. Like that. Then let's get the wrist in there. You're not going to get any problems putting in this part because there's a curve like you see there, so you know which way it goes. Let me assemble this hand. You gotta assemble it the opposite direction. Glad to see that this hand comes with manipulator fingers and it's not a parts forming hand. I guess this is one way of Bandai getting, you know, cutting costs and not doing this. Alright, so take that, put that over here. And then there's this big meaty paws. Oops. I'm gonna put this beam saber here. Goes in well. And this one, I'm gonna slide that down, tilt it over, and bring it in like that. So this part of the arm is done. However, we're not done yet. Gotta work on the shoulders. And the shoulders is very, very kind of tedious, but not too much. We will begin with this part. And going by the instructions, I take this part here, put it in, snap it into place, and then take this part, snap it in over it, like so. Then we take this part. This part is going to be bothersome, but make sure you get it in nice and snug. I've had... Hold on a second. There we go. Make sure this part snaps in nice and snug. Otherwise it will pop out. And there'll be a reason why. Let's move on.